Hey friends, Ash here with gentsscents. Hope you're doing really well. It's time for round 2 to determine the greatest spring fragrance of all time, Designer Edition. You guys voted on the 8 fragrances to be in this tournament, and you determined the winners of round 1. And if you haven't watched that video yet, there's a little link that you can click right up in the corner where you can check that one out. We are now down to 4 fragrances from 8 fragrances. We'll go over the round 1 matchups in this video and go over the round 2 matchups as well. And after this video is over, go to the community tab of my YouTube channel. Just click on the YouTube channel, click the community tab, and you'll have a place where you can vote for these matchups to determine the fragrances that move on into the finals. So let's jump into it and check out what you guys have determined to be some of the best spring fragrances for men ever. Let's go ahead and recap the round 1 matchups. I'll tell you guys the winners, and then we'll be able to determine what the next round's matchups are that you'll be voting on. Matchup number 1 was between the number 1 seed Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau de Parfum and the number 8 seed Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Eau Intense. This one received 9,300 votes, and the winner was this one right here, Y Eau de Parfum. Y Eau de Parfum received 59% of the vote, whereas Light Blue Eau Intense received 41% of the vote, which all things considered is a pretty good showing, considering that was the number 8 seed. So this one, Y Eau de Parfum, moves on to round 2, and this will face the winner of the second matchup. Matchup number 2 featured the number 5 seed Luna Rossa Carbon by Prada, going up against the number 4 seed YSL's L'Homme Ultime, which has long been a spring favorite of mine. Luna Rossa Carbon, kind of Prada Sauvage. Maybe I don't immediately think of that as a spring fragrance, but realistically that's a year-round fragrance, so it works. This matchup received the smallest amount of votes, 8,700, and the winner of this matchup, which goes on to face Y Eau de Parfum, Luna Rossa Carbon, the number 5 seed. Small upset. And actually, the percentages were the exact same. 59% for Luna Rossa Carbon, 41% for L'Homme Ultime. So in matchup 1, it was 59 to 41. Matchup 2, 59 to 41. So in the first semifinal matchup, we're gonna have YSL Y Eau de Parfum going up against Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. Like I just said, both of these received 59% of the votes. That's not gonna happen this time. So I guess let's really quickly go into these fragrances a little bit more in depth and then move on to the next matchups. This one has apple, ginger, sage, and amberwood as some of the notes in the fragrance, and Y Eau de Parfum is known as being just a huge compliment puller. It is a blue fragrance, just like Luna Rossa Carbon really is as well, meaning that you can wear this pretty much year-round and in any situation. Daytime, nighttime, office, date, casual, whatever, you can pull this one off. Frankly, I was really surprised to see this as the number 1 spring fragrance as far as how many votes you guys gave it to get it into the tournament. And that's because, kind of like with Luna Rossa Carbon, I don't necessarily automatically think of this as a spring fragrance. It's just kind of year-round. But a lot of you guys out there said that for you, this is your spring fragrance of choice right now. Like if you could have just one, this is what you'd have, this is what you'd be wearing. And I get it because, like I just said, it's really easy to wear and people love it. So why not have a fragrance like that that's kind of a Swiss Army knife? Then you've got Luna Rossa Carbon over here, lavender, ambroxan, bergamot, and metallic notes. Like I said earlier when I first talked about this, it's basically like Dior Sauvage if Dior Sauvage was made by Prada. Actually, that's exactly 100% what this is. So just like Y Eau de Parfum, the fragrance this is going up against, this is kind of a year-round fragrance, super versatile, daytime, nighttime, any situation, huge compliment puller as well. So this matchup is really interesting to me because it's a matchup of 2 big, heavy-hitting blue-style fragrances. And while neither one of these immediately screams to me spring, for a lot of you out there they do, and this is our first matchup of the semifinals. Back into the first round, the next matchup featured the number 3 seed Terre d'Hermès going up against the number 6 seed Barbados Artisan Pure. This one got 9,100 votes, and this was actually the closest matchup in the first round, 53% to 47%. The winner, Terre d'Hermès. So in this matchup, we had a spring summertime stunner with Artisan Pure going up against an absolute modern classic in Terre d'Hermès. Terre d'Hermes does appeal a little bit more to older guys, so I guess maybe it's not a huge surprise that Artisan Pure was able to reel it in and make it really close. I gotta tell you guys though, I think you got it right. So we've got this one, the number 3 overall seed, moving on into the semifinals. And that one is gonna go up against the winner of the number 7 seed, Acqua di Gio Profumo, and the number 2 seed, Prada L'Homme. This one got the most votes, 10,000 overall. The winner got 57%, the loser 43%, so not really super close. And the winner here, Acqua di Gio Profumo, the number 7 seed, taking down the number 2 seed. This one surprised me a lot, frankly. Prada L'Homme I thought would move on. I thought it would be kind of close, but I thought Prada L'Homme would take this one. It didn't, and it wasn't close. And it was pretty early on, actually, that Acqua di Gio Profumo pulled away, so that's pretty surprising. I guess this just goes to show you, don't underestimate a popular Acqua di Gio flanker. Even if it's ranked low, it's still, I guess, really a favorite in a way. And that sets up our next matchup in the semifinals. Number 3, Terre d'Hermes, going up against number 7, Acqua di Gio Profumo. And now this, to me, is also a pretty interesting matchup, actually. And I think that the Hermes fanboys, the Terre d'Hermes fanboys, are gonna have to come out in force if they want this to take down this, because it was pretty close between this and Artisan Pure. And Acqua di Gio Profumo, it's more popular than Artisan Pure, and it's not that close. So this one here, Terre d'Hermes, has orange, pepper, vetiver, and flint. It's got a nice earthy, kind of dirty orange. The vetiver comes out a lot, especially as it dries down, and it's got that mineral sort of flint note. Terre d'Hermes is awesome. I absolutely love it. Fantastic in formal situations, fantastic at the office. Very gentlemanly, very sophisticated, but extremely versatile at the same time. For some people, they don't like that sort of dirty vibe that this one gives off, and I wouldn't call it really dirty, but a little bit of an earthy vibe. And if you don't like that, but you still want that Terre d'Hermes DNA, there's Eau Très Fraîche, which is also fantastic. This one's got bergamot, rosemary, incense, and aquatic notes. Not a huge surprise, it is an Acqua di Gio fragrance after all. This one is the flanker that really took Acqua di Gio and kind of pushed it right back to the forefront again. Because you had the original Acqua di Gio, which was obviously a huge seller, biggest selling men's fragrance of all time, actually. And I wore it way too much back in the day, way too much. The first flankers of Acqua di Gio never really took off. There was the blue edition, which I've got, and nobody really even seems to really remember that one. There was Essenza, which a lot of people do remember fondly, but it didn't really take off. And it seemed like Acqua di Gio, you know, a little bit old hat. People were wearing the original still, but it was kind of played out, and none of the flankers really took off until this one. Yeah, when Profumo hit, it was just like, boom, Acqua di Gio all over again, all over the place. And you can tell because Giorgio Armani really ramped up the Acqua di Gio flankers at that point. They were like, yo, we need at least one per year, every year. And so I guess it shouldn't be as big of a surprise to see this one moving on, but it still was surprising, at least to me, to see that final outcome. Prada L'Homme, which is really well respected, lots of guys own it, got smashed. Crazy. And so there's our final matchup. Number 3, Terre d'Hermes. Number 7, Acqua di Gio Profumo. We have never had a number 7 seed, which we haven't done that many tournaments yet, but we've never had a number 7 seed move on into the finals, and I think this is as good a chance as any. So I'm telling you guys, huge fans of this one or this one, go cast your vote. And the winner of that matchup takes on the winner of this matchup, and then we'll have the finals set. So there we go, guys. Round 2 of the Spring Designer Tournament. Again, go to my YouTube channel, check the community tab, cast your votes. There's only 2 matchups. It doesn't take that long. If you watch this video, go cast a vote. We'll go ahead and let those matchups run for about 5 days. Then I'll call it, I'll screenshot it, and then we'll do the final round. So there we go. You guys determine why Eau de Parfum or Luna Rossa Carbon, Terre d'Hermes, or Acqua di Gio Profumo. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for every single person out there that voted in the round 1 matchups. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.